Okay, we're live. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's going to be me and Jen over at the Horror Queen 850. And yeah, tonight is the 40th anniversary for Lamberto Bava's Demons. Yeah, the 1985 film. Finally at its 40th or 40-year mark is where it's at tonight. And yeah, so that's what we're kicking things off here with for the 31 Days of Horror in October. We're going to be kicking things off with this. And what's this movie like? Roughly 90 minutes, somewhere around there. I know I got the the archive link is pinned up for anyone that wants to join in with us. So yeah, we should probably be here for an average of 2 hours tonight. But yeah, Jen, thank you for joining me and everything. And yeah, we'll be right back at it again on Monday on your channel with Mausoleum. So that should definitely be a good time. Looking forward to that. Never done a watch party for Mausoleum.
That's a wild one, which you turned me on to. So, I mean, demon tits. That's all I had to say in a review, and people were like, "Oh, say no more. I'll watch it."
Yeah, it's a fun one. Really good poster art on that one too. It's another thing I find so intriguing about that movie. Batshit crazy as it is, but yeah, tonight though we're focusing on Demons though. This really is up there as one of my favorite Italian horror movies, and this is the whole concept of it's a bunch of certain individuals get this invitation for this private kind of screening, this movie screening. They go to this theater to go see this movie, and they get locked in there, and next you know they're up against demons for the rest of the night. It's a very fun, over-the-top, absurd movie, and provides a lot of good graphic kills. Also, I mean, at one point, a fucking helicopter crashes through the fucking roof and makes its way inside the fucking movie theater. So that kind of is like the cherry on the top there with what you're getting with this movie. But yeah, I know it's this is a Dario Argento presents kind of production and everything. So that's where he had his hand involved with this. But yeah, it is Lamberto Bava is the one who was really in the director's seat for this. But, this truly is a movie I never get tired of watching. And even Demons 2. I think Demons 2 is such a good follow-up. And the fact that they just, with the second one, too, they really don't give a shit because they actually bring back characters who died from the first one. So it's just like, nah, it's all about having fun. But the second one, they switch it from, being in that that movie theater atmosphere to an apartment high-rise building. So it's, yeah, very fun. But both of those movies are very fun for what they are. But yeah, we have 5 people in the chat. That's right. We got to acknowledge the chat here a bit. I'm in the section. Damn. All right. So yeah, we'll get to the chat here. We'll see how things go, and we'll see if we can get this movie started fairly quick. Jen might have to roll out at some point towards the end, but we'll see how that all goes and everything, but that's perfectly fine. And yeah, first up, oh shit, all right, the first here we have Anthony Choda. Is his name on the board right now? Do you see it?
No, I don't see it.
I'm hitting show. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. All right. Hey, what's up there, Anthony? Yo, what's up, guys? I went bowling today. Shit, man. I'm going bowling in a long time. I used to actually, so yeah, it's been a while for you, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're like one of those people, it's like fucking, I don't know, like a Big Lebowski type of motherfucker or something. But I used to know a guy, a really good friend who, I used to know a guy who was a manager at a bowling alley, and he was the one that would close it every night. And on Sunday nights, he would let us come into the bowling alley and hang out and bring our own beer and smoke weed and shit, like in the fucking bowling alley. Like he would let us smoke weed there and shit.
That's nice.
So like we'd be just sitting there all night just playing fucking free games of bowling. We would put the the bumpers up, throw like 3 or 4 balls at once, like making up our own games as we're going along. But yeah, that's my experience of bowling. But let's move on to the chat.
I roll it between my legs. I can't bowl, so just saying.
Whatever gets it done, whatever gets the strike. Yeah. But yeah, happy spooky season. Glad it's here, man. Really glad that it is October. Unfortunately, I think the Phillies are about to lose game 1 of the fucking World Series postseason. Jesus Christ. But, there's always tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And we have Greg Brewer's back. That's right. Greg Brewer is finally back. Apparently, someone snipped his internet line or something. Right, Greg? Something like that happened. And he was without internet for a very long time. And I know, I was like here and there, it was on my mind. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I know people come and go on YouTube. Sometimes people are here one day, sometimes they're gone the next for whatever reasons. But yeah, like here and there, I was just like, I haven't seen Greg. Where is that? And then we were doing that 7 stream, and then Jim brought up your name and mentioned it. I was like, I don't know, man. I just hope he's alive at this point. Like, I didn't know what else to say, but yeah, it's really good to see you back here with us, though, Greg, and good to see that there was nothing serious with the whole situation. But I mean, not having internet, man, I would have lost my damn mind. That's for sure. I think we're all internet media, junkies in a way at this point.
Speak for yourselves. I'm not. I'm not. But
okay, all right. So Jen's not. Jen doesn't fall into the category, but
well,
and we got George's here. Oh, go ahead, hon. Go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if YouTube was down for 24 hours, I'd love it. If it was gone for like 48, 72, I'd freak out. But 24 hours of no internet, I'd be fine. That's all.
The only thing I guess I could say about that is when like COVID was around and active, like if that would have happened at that point, I would have been like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Yeah.
do I really just have to rely on just movies, which I could have lived with? Could have lived with that, but still, like, if that all happened during COVID, I think I really would have been like furious. But yeah, we got George's here. Good to see George's here, the
Hi,
Sailor
George.
Outlaw, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope all is well with you. And we also have Matthew Emmanuel. So what's up, Matt? Anthony Cho, that's
Hi,
Matt.
Matt.
But yeah, welcome to the channel here. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. But yeah, Jen's gonna navigate some of the chat down there, and
Yes,
I guess work some of that. That's actually probably the best part about having a co-host. When you're trying to navigate it from when I'm trying to navigate it from my end, when I got to control it like this way, it's good to have the co-host in a way, kind of talking to the chat down below. So
this is a day at the beach for me because I've obviously everything's been on my channel the past 3 times. So I'm like, oh, Sean knows what he's doing. So it's so easy to just talk in the chat. Much easier.
I know what you're talking about, because whenever I'm on a stream and it's not on my channel, I'm like, I almost feel out of place, and right away I got to remind myself, like, oh wait, I can actually sit back and just.
You can just relax.
I don't have to do nothing. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh wait, I don't have to push no buttons or nothing.
It's someone else's problem.
Yeah, it's really good to see you back, though, Greg. Yeah, back from the unknown. But yeah, I will say this too. Whatever if you want to call it, ass kissing or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I just feel like I have to say this. And it really made me realize, without Greg in the picture for a while, like when he finally came back in the picture, it really made me realize how much of a cool person he is to interact with. And like, I guess it didn't really hit me until like, once I realized that like he was out of the picture there for a little while. It didn't hit me really till that moment, but yeah, I really do appreciate and, enjoy all the interactions I have with you on here, Greg. And all right, so yeah, Matthew's saying people saying hello to each other. Yeah, make sure you guys are, supporting and subscribing to each other and all that good stuff. And we also have Russell Collier's here. What's up, Russell? Good
Hi,
to
Russell.
see you here too, man.
Great to see you here.
Yeah, hopefully all is well with you, Russell. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. All right, who else do we have here? Well, it looks like George, the Outlaw, has got a question. Say, Jen, what do you think of the horror movie Weapons? We were going to watch that not too long ago.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to watch it one night, and we ended up like passing on it for whatever reason. But me and her still need to see that.
I hope we watch it soon, so at least I can give feedback to George. Definitely.
I mean, honestly, hon, I really think we should add that in to the 31 Days of Horror, because it'll be a new movie for the both of us. And because
Yes.
most of the movies we're going to be watching this month are movies that we're fairly familiar with. So I really think that'd be a perfect one for both you and I to watch for a first time for this, 31 days challenge. So
Absolutely.
yeah, thanks for mentioning that though, George. I'm going to try, because it is. I know it's a on look movie, so that's how we'll watch it and everything. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I do want to try to squeeze that in at some point. And getting back to the chat here, man, it sucks not having video clips to play around with. I could have had so many fun clips for Halloween this year, but fucking no.
I do miss that, I have to say.
George is saying first swim in the then to bowling, in my opinion. I used to live around the corner from a public pool, so I can kind of like, I don't know. I both bowling and for some reason I did bowling and swimming a lot. Also, believe it or not, some people might not believe this, but when I was in my early teens, I actually played in the tennis league. That's serious. Every Saturday morning, I used to actually play tennis for like 2 years straight. I did it. But my main sport was really hockey, and that's the one after a while, I'd start cutting other sports out of my life. Yeah, people saying hello to each other. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I don't, you guys know how it is. Not going to pull every single comment, but I was trying to make sure that I'm not overlooking anyone. But other than that, Jen, how many subs do you have on your channel now? I think you're like past the 130 mark.
135.
135. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
I think I'm around I think I'm close to like 550 at this point. I think I saw 548 last time I looked at mine, but
Which is great.
Yeah, even though it really does, like lately, even before October, it seemed like everybody was like, I don't know, it seems like everyone's views have been down lately. And it's like everywhere I look, it's like, wow, it's not just me. It seems like it's everyone in a way. So hopefully this month of October is, the actual turnaround of that. But oh yeah, I see we also have Ryan's here.
Hi, Ryan.
And yeah, we have Ryan's here. Hello, Ryan. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully all is well with you. It's good to hear from you. And let's see what Russell Collier was saying here. D2, the guy driving with the car with the Coca-Cola can, looks like an Italian Tony Danza. I can see that. I can definitely see that, Russell. You're right, dude. It really does. It's like an Italian punk rock, drug addicted Tony Danza. Like the guy looks like. But so Ryan also saying, have you heard that The Clown at Midnight with Christopher Plummer is such a fun slash? I recommend it. Really, Christopher Plummer, he's still kicking. You're talking about the classic actor, right? I think we're on the same page with that. But anyway, yeah, thank you for recommending that. The Clown at Midnight. I'm trying to pull that up on another device right now. But I'm always open to recommendations. Jen is very, open to that too. I mean, so yeah, we're definitely gonna have to make a mental note of that. Unless you can write that down, hon. I don't know if you can write that one down.
I can do that. That's not a problem. There's only one movie I've never liked, which you know that.
Right? Yeah, there was only been one. There's only ever been one. Yeah. The original low-key slasher preppy kind of movie is the original April Fool's Day. We had trouble getting through that one. And I know there's fans of that movie. There's fans of that movie.
Oh yeah.
In some ways, I guess you could say the only thing I like about it is probably just for its nostalgic atmosphere and feel to it. But most of the movie has off-screen kills, and it's like why do you guys keep jerking me, but you won't finish me, kind of deal.
I thought Slaughter
that movie just. I don't know. I feel like, the original April Fool Days, it's a little underwhelming, a little disappointing. That's all. Not the worst, but, we had trouble getting through that. Other than that, pretty much every movie that I've shown to Jen and that she wasn't familiar with, like she's liked everything except for that one.
I'm very
But yeah,
easygoing, so that was the only time.
right. Yes, I've noticed that when it just really shows how open-minded you are. And what's George saying? Oh, and which team in the NFL do you like more of? I don't know if you answered that or not already, Jen. So I'm just relaying that.
Wait, is this about football?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I did. Because you're
Okay,
with me.
all right.
You know me in football. I pick either side. I don't know. I know nothing, honestly.
No, well, hey, just thank you for navigating the chat down there. That's all.
Or at least put it this way.
Yeah, we have Acres. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say the last thing I'll say about football. Whoever is a great opponent for the Patriots, which is probably everybody, I will root for them. I don't like the Patriots and I don't like my family. So there you go.
That's good. I don't like the Patriots either, man. Tom Brady's weird, man. Guys always Tom Brady. Most sore loser of all time. So a guy won't shake a fucking other quarterback's hand because he lost the Super Bowl. But meanwhile, he's walking around with like 7 Super Bowl rings. And on top of that, dude's a fucking weirdo, man. Kissing his kids on the fucking mouth super long the way he does that shit. It's like,
I've never seen that.
Their kids like that. There's this video of him getting a massage, and he asks his kid to come over, and his kid kisses him, and he's holding his head and everything. It's who does that?
That's disturbing.
A peck is one thing, but not a fucking 10-second peck, or maybe it's probably way less than that actually. But you guys,
I lived in Rhode Island. There's a reverence for him, which I find disgusting. And I don't know football. I don't know Tom Brady. I just know I don't give a fuck. And people are just they bow down to him. It's I saw him at a Dunkin' Donuts. I saw him at a Home Depot. I'm I hope I never see him. I don't even know the fuck he is. I don't care. He would hate me because I'd be oh, Patriots? What's that? I don't know. Football? I don't know.
Yeah, Jen, overall, you're just, I think the fair thing to say is you understand sports, you know what it's all about, but you're just not exactly a sports person.
No, can't help that.
Which is perfectly fine though. There's plenty of people that aren't like that. Plenty of people. But yeah, we got Acres of Movies is here. What's up there, Acres? Hopefully all is well with you. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us here. And all right, so we're coming up on the 18-minute mark. I think we're somewhat caught up on the chat. Did you see Johnny in here or anything?
Not yet, no.
Jen? No, okay.
Not yet.
He might show up at some point. I've got a nice heavy chat going for once. Wow, it's been a while since we had something like this. But all right, you know what? Okay, let's just go ahead and get this movie started though. All right, so yeah, movie's about 91 minutes or something like that, around that point. So we should be here for 2 hours. So Look Movie, or I'm sorry, not Look Movie. The Internet Archive link is pinned at the top for anyone who wants to join in and watch it with us, and you don't own it. It's pretty much the best option for you to use that. So, and go ahead and get yourselves situated and ready, and we'll get this going here soon. We'll do it 10-1. I am opening the second Hard Mountain Dew. I don't have any pumpkin beer tonight. God damn it! I wish I did. Actually, in a way, I kind of wish I had what you were drinking a little bit more than this.
Really? Oh, Dogfish Head. For once, I have a decent beer. For once.
Decent. That's one of my favorite breweries, honestly. Dogfish Head. I love that.
I think I should have gotten.
And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say shouldn't I have gotten the 90-minute, right? More alcohol. I got the 60-minute, and the price point, it didn't matter. I just was like, oh, I'll get the 60. Maybe 90 is too much, but I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think there's literally no wrong choice, in my opinion, with either one. But I just know when you drink the 90-minute, that's 9% alcohol. You can't like swing them back all night long. Like, so in a way, like, cause like I don't like getting like smashed out of my mind off of fucking drinking anymore. I would actually make a 90-minute 6-pack last for 2 days. I would do 3 and 3, and that would be enough to give me a nice little buzz off of it. But the 60-minute is good enough to give you, enough to make you feel like you've been drinking.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah. Honestly, I'd rather be drinking the 60-minute right now than what I'm drinking, the mixed hard Mountain Dew. So.
Don't worry, that will flip.
Sorry, hon. I meant to close out Instagram, and I'm calling you now on Instagram by accident. Shit.
I didn't even know you were doing that. No worries.
I don't know how that happened. I was trying to like close shit out on this device, and it just started ringing. All right. Anyway, but yeah. So, all right. I think everyone, if anyone's joining us in the chat, I think everyone's good to go here. So, where's my remote? Titles for okay. All right, you ready, Jen?
I am ready.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit play. Motherfuckers. So we're officially underway. Yeah, so it looks like the movie's just shy of 90 minutes. That's what it is. And another movie you and I need to watch this month is Fulci's House by the Cemetery. The annoying little boy Bob in that. He actually has like a very small role in this movie towards the end. He's at the very end of this movie. Yeah, just like very quick at the very end of this movie we're watching.
I need to see that movie because people always reference that kid Bob, and he's like a form of birth control. I'm like, I want to see this fucking kid Bob. So I want to watch it.
Yeah, I think him and running around with his little dirty ass dolly toy that he has, I think that's enough to be like, all right, where's the birth control pills? I don't need to have one of these kids running around. But yeah, we're gonna watch that at some point, House by the Cemetery, and maybe The Beyond, something like that. Because I know you and we did watch City of the Living Dead recently.
Well, the blow-up doll, that's what sold it for me. I'm kind of a goof in that way. There's just something absurd and silly that attracts me to a movie.
And it's a total different character from the person we were just talking about, but go figure, his name is Bob too. The guy with the blow-up doll.
It's a popular name.
But yeah, with Demons here, I really love the music throughout this. Such variety throughout it too, between like synthesizer 80s horror music and heavy metal bands like Motley Crue and shit. A few other bands are have music in this, but just the way this opens too, with how overwhelmed the subway is with punk rock kids and everything. In 1985. But I know the first time I saw this movie, my video store, from what I can really remember, I'm pretty sure they didn't have this. Out of 3 video stores that were in walking distance to me, I don't think either one had this. So I didn't actually see this until this was available on DVD from Anchor Bay, and that's going back to like the early 2000s. The first time I ever saw this. Do you remember the first time you saw it, Jen?
The first time I saw it was in like the later 2000s, like 2012, 2013, where I'm already an adult, like way beyond. But I loved the soundtrack. And I forgot about this scene that will come up in the movie, but I watched it today in preparation for this. The scene where like they're in the car and they're like coke heads and they're like snorting the coke out of the cans of coke. And I was just like, oh, I remember that. It was so funny and over the top. There's just so many little things that were
And
so
some of the
fun about
coke.
this movie.
And the coke gets all over that girl's tits, and the guy's like scraping it with a
What?
razor blade.
Yeah,
He
and
like
then he
cuts her
cuts
on
her.
purpose.
I would have beat his ass for that, but God, it was so funny to watch that today.
I think one of my favorite, most quick and in a way maybe a little subtle moments like throughout this movie is when like everyone's in the theater and everything's taking place, and it's the black guy Tony and his hooker entourage shows up, and they're sitting there, and this miserable husband and his wife, he looks over his shoulder and like sees them sitting down, and he's like, fucking hookers, they're everywhere. First time I ever saw the movie, I heard that line. It was just like the most unexpected thing. That shit had me dying. I was just like, this movie's great. And on top of it, like, I don't even think that's one of the most hilarious, ridiculous parts. Like, at one point you got people riding around with a fucking dirt bike and samurai swords, cutting people in half. It's just, the movie really exceeds the possibilities of what you can do inside of a movie theater while you're, making a live action movie and everything.
Oh yeah,
hold on
crazy.
just a moment.
Okay.
Hold on just a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm timing you. I tell him that every time. But I'm so glad that you guys are here. I still have to look back at the chat in a second.
All right. Sorry about that.
That was quick.
Because my dog she had to get taken to the vet. She has a urinary infection. But my dad just came and took her. So, but no, that's what I had to do real quick. But
God.
I'm back and I'm good now.
I have to bring something up really quick because I hadn't been looking at the chat. Russell brings up that he saw the first episode of Monster, the Ed Gein story, and loved it. I'm watching the first episode tonight. If that's posted, I want to see it.
Yeah, we can. I mean, if you want to do that after the stream, because it sounds like it's available on Look Movie, which it should be, because it aired last night, and usually Look Movie's pretty quick about uploading that stuff.
I just, I have to see that.
All right, let's get back to the chat. So Akers is saying, make a modern Gollum movie. They rock the climb. It comes to life and kills them and goes into the city and makes the parks and people suffer under the Gollum and snow. It's interesting. Would that be good? I don't know if that would be good or not, but it sounds interesting. Make a movie about the making of the ninth configuration. Ray Winston first. What's Russell saying here? Ray Winston's first film was the Brit Juvie film Scum. I don't think I've seen that. You seeing the dirt bike right now on the screen?
No.
No? Oh, you're probably in a different area than I am.
By a little bit, yeah. It's a movie theater chick with the wavy hair, and she's kind of moving around in front of the mirror.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. She got that ugly green outfit on. It makes her look like a leprechaun or something, like a tall leprechaun or something. That girl's like foreign movies, like a lot of Italian movies. I know that girl, like she was actually like a little girl in that movie, Flesh for Frankenstein. But she pops up in a lot of Italian horror movies, that actress. And Anthony, are you going to see He-Man next year? Possibly. I've
You
always
know,
been a huge
Anthony, I
fan of
would.
He-Man.
See, I would because, well, He-Man is more for the boys, but I grew up with his sister She-Ra, so I'm used to all of those cartoons that are kind of like a Hercules type of being, so I would definitely watch it.
Akers is saying make a horror movie version of Forrest Gump where everywhere he goes, he slashes through the different circumstances. And that's all I had to slash about that. Russell's saying his weed is 35% THC. You know what's funny? I actually have a THC drink in my fridge right now that is 10 milligrams of THC infused into it. So I haven't drank it yet, but hopefully when I drink it, whenever I drink it, it fucking sends me to the moon for like an hour or something. But Akers is saying, do you like Goldie Hawn and John Hurt thriller, Deceived? I haven't shit. I've
I
seen
haven't
that
seen that.
before. I remember seeing that in like the VHS days, but man, it's been a while since I've seen that.
I like both actors though, so I would definitely watch it.
Here's a movie you still need to see, Jen. Is Scarface. Cast Jim from
Yes,
Jim's movie.
I've never seen
Cast
it.
Jim's movie. Well, yeah, I do want to try to get that, watched at some point. It's just such an important film to say, can't overlook fucking
Yeah.
Scarface. I really think it is like, it's like cliche and almost overrated the movie is. I still think it's one of Brian De Palma's best and most important films.
I still want to watch Blowout with you. Like, I was excited to watch Dress to Kill. I've never seen a lot of De Palma's films, but I feel like Blowout would be better than Dress to Kill. I was told, don't watch it. Dress to Kill is better, but I think Blowout would be better. I can tell it's a better movie.
In some ways, Blowout is like pretty much my favorite De Palma movie, but sometimes I feel like Carrie is.
Carrie
It's
is my
really hard to
favorite.
it's hard to pick a favorite from him, but Blowout is very, very good. Like it's I could see us even probably doing a watch party for that at some point, maybe in the winter. Maybe like probably after the holiday season or something. But yeah, I really do enjoy that one though.
We should do a watch party for Carrie someday. I mean, because that's my favorite Stephen King adaptation. I just can relate to it.
That's an easy one right there. I could easily sit down and do, watch that movie. That's another movie I never get tired of is Carrie.
That's when I'd get a prom dress on, all bloodied prom dress. Like I really have pig's blood on me. Like I'd go all out for that stream if we did Carrie because I love that movie. I would have fun.
All right. Yeah, I know you and I did mention also Prom Night 2.
Yes.
Hey Mary Lou Prom Night 2. I'd like to do that one at some point as far as like prom slashers go.
Supernatural aspect of that it makes it so much better than the first one, I think.
We got Anthony's here. Anthony Mendiola. What's up, Anthony? What up, motherfuckers? Watching the fights but wanted to come hang. Yeah, dude. Thanks a lot, man. Everything's going good here. We're, kicking off the spooky season with one of the better Italian horror films, in my opinion, Demons. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping by and saying hello, and good luck with the fights and everything. I think the Phillies fucking lost, so fuck me. They were winning, but nah, they blew it in like the middle of that game, I think. I think that game's over. But another thing is I love is like when the actual people that are invited to this theater and they sit down and they watch the movie that's on screen, you kind of get a movie within a movie with this.
Yeah.
So that, and I think they do such a good job at like going back and forth from that, seeing the interactions and whatever bullshit that's going on in the actual theater, and going right back into the movie again. So Monday though, we're gonna be live at the same time, but on your channel, Jen. So we're gonna be
Yes.
watching Mausoleum on this Monday, the 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
If
I hope you
anyone's
guys can
wondering,
make it.
yeah, it's there's gonna be a lot going on between you, me, and
Yes.
everybody else on here. There's a whole hell of a lot
Oh, yes.
of content coming.
I
But
enjoy
Mausoleum,
watching.
man. Yeah, Mausoleum's a good one though. Such a
It's fun.
over the years it was like a more of an obscure horror film, but since it's been like revived on like Blu-ray and stuff, it's become a little bit more known and a bit more popular now. And I'll just say one thing in the movie: you get a rare occurrence of a character with demon tits. Yes, her tits have little demon faces on it, and you'll never see that in any other horror movie. So that alone is the reason why you should be watching Mausoleum, to see how fucking batshit crazy it is.
It's so over the top. We're gonna have so much fun. So I hope you guys can join us. That's a totally wacky movie, but I love it.
Yeah, it delivers, that's for sure.
And a character who's smart, who knows to get the fuck out and leaves, whereas most people don't.
Yeah, Greg was saying, I missed you all. I didn't mean to worry you all, but yeah, we're just glad you're alive and well, man. It's all good though. All good. And
I'm
another
happy
thing is
you're
like
here.
you're back in like you're back right in time for October too. So it couldn't have worked out any better. So this is where the fucking Tony and his hookers are all smoking in the theater. Fucking hookers, they're everywhere. He's like, whores, you can tell them a mile away. I don't know. That's got to be one miserable marriage right there, right? Dragging that guy anywhere.
Yeah. I'd just park him somewhere for the day and night. If he's blind, right?
Yeah,
So-
like it really is the most absurd thing. It's like, let's go to the movies and I'll tell you what's on the screen because you're blind.
No. You park him next to a TV and then you take the fuck off and go have a good time. He can
and
listen.
I love how this random guy is so confident. Like, you know what? I'm going to take the seat next to her, and I bet you I'm going to get her to fuck me. I don't know. Whoever fucking thought up that concept is genius, in my opinion. Like, besides the demons themselves being so involved in the theater and everything, it's like you got to think a little outside of that, right? Like, what else could be going on in the theater? There could be a lot of scenarios. Just like out and out, this guy's got his fucking hand in between her fucking legs, all up in her fucking gooch. What's this Russell was saying? Elvis Presley escaped from New York to computer wore tennis shoes. What?
See, I don't know what that. Oh, well, no, I kind of do because like Kurt Russell played Elvis. He was in Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. I guess that's like a meshing of, I think.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That's the old school part of me. I know all that stuff. Kurt Russell was a Disney star before he was, John Carpenter's like I don't know, protege or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I forget that, Kurt Russell did play Elvis Presley.
He did. Yeah.
But acres of movies saying make new Psycho movies with Oz Perkins. I do like what Oz Perkins has been doing, even though like I almost feel like I'm still trying to digest Longlegs. It's like one of the fucking most bizarre serial killer movies I've ever seen, but I just know I don't hate the movie, so I feel like I have to keep watching it. Like that's another thing. I gotta pick that up on Blu-ray at some point and give it another watch. I feel like that's a movie that's gonna take some time to grow, but yeah, Nicolas Cage is that awkwardly the foreign fucking serial killer with that white hair and all this he's doing and everything. It's just like what that is really actually you haven't seen that, right, Jen? You haven't seen
No,
Long
I
Legs.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, we gotta watch that soon. That's an Oz Perkins movie, but yeah, we gotta watch that and got Nicolas Cage as a really weird, creepy serial killer in the movie, so I don't. It's like I guess like when I watched it, like I almost had like no expectations going into it, but like it went in every direction, and I didn't think it would go. So that's why I was like so like blown away by it when I first saw it. But I still want to, I do want to pick up a copy of Long Legs and actually like watch it, pay a little bit more attention to it. So now they're at the part in the movie here with the movie within the movie that they're actually watching in the theater. The guy finds one of the demon masks and he's picking it up. He's putting it on his face, but the inside of these masks, there's these little sharp points, and that could potentially cut your skin. You get cut by one of them, you're going to turn into one of the demons. So there is like, I don't know. I think with like movies like this with demonic themes, really ain't much different from a zombie movie. You know what I mean? Like the rules are really similar in that kind of way.
I will be right back.
All right, yeah,
One
go ahead.
1 second.
It's fine. We will be here. But yeah, it's one of Tony's fucking ugly ass hookers got cut by that fucking silver mask, and now her face is starting to like swell up. It's bulging out a bit. She had she had to ask permission from her pimp Tony if it's okay to go to the bathroom to clean it up, though. Shit, my setup almost just fell over. Sorry about that. Let's stay right there. All right, getting back to the chat. Yes, a delightful evening. But yeah, Russell's saying that's right. I remember you telling me that you saw Flesh for Frankenstein 3D version all the way back in the 70s. You saw that on the big screen back then, Russell. Kind of jealous, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know, I love that fucking movie. I would love to see Flesh for Frankenstein, like a 35 millimeter print. I would agree with that, Akers. Margot Kidder, underrated in Sisters. I think that's one of her best movies. Yeah, she's also in. I know she's got like more of like a minor role in Black Christmas, but she's even good in that movie too. But I would agree with that. And now one of Tony's hookers, this is the bathroom scene. Now that cut on her face is starting to pulsate and everything. And now it's exploding all this yellow shit shooting out of her face. No. Meanwhile, in the movie that they're watching, someone's getting slashed with a fucking butcher's knife. Still no one in the theater realizes what the fuck is coming. With this crazy bitch in the fucking in the bathroom with all that yellow shit shooting out of her. How contagious it is. Everyone else is gonna turn into a fucking zombie, like mostly because of this shit. Or should I say a demon, actually. But yeah, Anthony saying, never seen Blowout. Is it about like New Jersey haircuts and t-shirts? No, thank God it's not. No. New Jersey Blowout. So yeah, Akers is saying, make a movie, horror movie that's being made and Blowout. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Make a movie of the horror movie that's being made in the movie Blowout. I don't know if I understand that one. Sorry. Man, here's one that Russell's mentioning. I haven't seen in a long time. I know I have that one somewhere in my collection. Is Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat. I know that has Bruce Campbell in it. I think it might be a Vestron movie nowadays. But I haven't seen that in a long time, which is what? I think that might be early 90s horror comedy, something like that. Maybe from 1990. So now that black girl, that girl Rosemary, she turns around when her friend goes in there to check on her. She's all wigged out in demon mode right now, coughing up some fucking green liquid shit. So then, see, that's the thing in this movie. You get scratched by one of these things, you're going to turn into a fucking demon. So she just scratched the shit out of her friend. She's trying to find her way out of that bathroom, and she's just falling into the fucking actual theater screen itself. But the girl that got scratched in this moment, really fucking good transformation from human to demon. Really good makeup work. Like you even see like the fingernails like fucking falling out and the fucking claws are coming in. Yeah, Akers is saying John Carpenter decides he's going to make you a carpet. What? A carpet? Or wait, carpet? Carpet maker decides to make you a carpet for all your horror movies. What 3 movies do you want him to make the carpet of? Shit. Honestly, I actually would like to see like, the first 3 Halloween movies. Because I think, you can do so much, in my opinion, with those poster arts. Yeah, Anthony's saying, at least you don't have to be a Padres fan. Man, that's got to be painful, especially with those ugly ass uniforms, brown and yellow. The fuck wants a brown and yellow uniform? All right, everything good?
Yes, I needed to get more beer. That was important.
Yeah, I mean, the only shit you missed was, Hooker Rosemary turning into a demon. So she's all wigged out in her demon mode now, coughing up green shit on people with her fucking Rick James fucking haircut. Yeah, we should probably refer to her as the Rick James demon, right?
Yes, I thought that watching that earlier. I swear to God, with like the braids and everything, I was like, she is like Rick James, thinner and female. But yeah.
Oh man, demon cocaine is one hell of a drug. Yeah. Let's see. Akers is saying, cast Ben Foster or Paul Dano as Dennis Hopper's son in Speed 3. Well, Speed 3, it's such a bad movie. Those are good actors, though.
Yeah, those are good picks.
It's a good question, too, actually, I gotta say. You know what? I'm gonna say Paul Dano, even though I like Ben Foster, too, though. Ben Foster's a great actor. I'm gonna say Paul Dano in that moment, though. Here's another one that doesn't get talked about a lot. Russell's talking about. Love cheerleader camp. So bad it was good. It's
I never
Russell,
saw
in my
that.
opinion, it's one of those movies where the artwork is awesome, but what you get is like, fuck, this movie stinks like shit. Just a very, I don't know, underwhelming 80s slasher-esque type movie. But I've always liked the artwork for that, with the girl like jumping up with the pom poms, and she's a skeleton.
I want to see it. I've never seen that.
Oh, we can watch it. Just that's actually a movie I don't have in my collection. But now we're at the scene now with Rosemary's friend. And she fucking slashed, and now she's like fully morphing into this demon. That shit's bubbling out of her neck now. And I love how people in the theater are still like completely like just distracted by the movie itself. Like, does anybody see this random girl in distress on the stage over here?
I feel like I would be like that though. Like if we went to the theater watching a movie, I'd be like, or like how Scream 2 that opens up with Jada Pinkett and her throat is sliced and she's gushing blood. I'd be like, get the fuck out of the way. I want to watch the movie. I'm tired of these promotions. Or no, I think it was like a theater stunt.
As much as I don't care for Scream 2, that is a good example though.
Yeah.
All right, so Anthony was saying, when do I get invited on? I'll mind my P's and Q's. Shit. Anthony, you hopefully you have like an email address. So, go to my channel and my channel info. I don't know if you have an Instagram account. That would be a lot easier to get in touch with you. If not, go to my info on my channel. My email address is on there. It's horrorcommunity666@gmail.com. Try to just send me an email and we'll get something set up to have you on, like on the panel with us. So
that would be great. Yeah, absolutely.
That would be just the best way to communicate with me so we can get that figured out. So like if you're, you're really serious about doing that, just go to my info on my YouTube channel there, and I know my email is definitely down there at horrorcommunity666@gmail.com. So, but yeah, just get in touch with me that way, and we'll get that shit figured out. We'll figure out what movie's best. That's another thing. Like I more than likely will probably even let you fucking pick the movie. So we'll see what we can get planned out in the future. Akers is saying independent thriller Delusion was good. I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that one. But now the movie's been cut down here, and this is where this girl's fully going to transform, because this is where probably the only time Tony the Pimp has ever been nice to a female, right? Right now.
Conveniently.
But I love how, I guess these people realize they can't leave the fucking theater, but like this transformation is probably the best one in the entire movie. Like even when you see the blood red veins like start popping on her skin.
Yeah.
Which is probably time lapse with camera work to execute that. I don't know exactly, and now she's got those orange fucking contacts in her eyes, that teal blue fucking gooey shit coming out of her mouth. And that giant fucking tongue says it all.
She's got a hurricane tongue that might please some men. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I guess the guys like to have shit up their anus. Yeah, stick that tongue up there.
You never know. Some do. Yeah.
All right. Hold on just a moment. I'll be right back. God damn it. It's like the best part, though. Sorry, I got dogs back at the house again. Okay. I love how the old guy waits around enough for the fucking demon to jump on his back and just tears his fucking throat apart. Like, hookahs, they're everywhere. Yeah, now they're ripping your fucking throat apart.
Well, they're like crabs. They infest you. They have to move around.
Yeah, guess they have to procreate too, right?
Absolutely.
And then out of all the people that is like, having trouble finding their loved ones, the blind guy finds his loved one right away on the floor, right? He stumbles right over it. But yeah, what's her name's gonna rip his eyes out for no reason, right? He's already blind. I love that though. It's like as if the blind guy doesn't have it bad enough, right? He's already blind. No, we're gonna gouge his eyes out. So, like,
Then you'll know
it's
he's
so
blind.
fucking. It's just like it's such a fuck you to a character that's already got a disadvantage. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's another reason why I love these type of movies. You know, there's just no fucking. I don't know. Everything's always absurd, over the top. So now everyone's trying to get out of the metropole. You know what's one thing I got to show you guys I always thought was really cool with the Synapse steel book I bought years ago. I know it's kind of dark in here. That's the steel book right there with the artwork. It actually comes with the Metropole ticket on the inside. This is the ticket for the movie. But that would be the ticket with all the info on you to, you know, was it 6 p.m. today at the Interfly Street where the Metropole is. But like another thing is like the Synapse Films who did the transfer and everything on the backside, they give you like a little disclaimer on like how they, you know, accomplished the transfer and everything, what they had to go through to really clean this movie up. But yeah, I just really like that. Every time I open up that steel book, I see that ticket on the inside. All right, let's get back to the chit chat. But yeah, everybody in the movie at this point, it's obvious there's some fucked up shit running around the theater killing people, right? A bunch of fucking demonic fucking demons. Now, Jen, I don't know if later on, like when we're done with this stream, if you want to watch Demons 2 later on tonight, or if you want to watch the Ed Gein show, you let me know. It don't matter.
See?
Oh,
That's a difficult decision. I want to watch Demons 2, but I am so suckered into this Ed Gein thing. Like, if it really is released, even if it's just the first episode, I feel like we have to see it. Please. I just do.
okay. All right, when we get done with the stream, as long as it's on Look Movie, that's what we're going to watch. So,
thank you.
Demons 2 will always be there. We can watch Demons 2 like tomorrow or something. You know, there's just plenty of time for that. Because honestly, like, I really want to see the series too. Like, it's you don't have to pull teeth to get me to do that. Like, I really want to see it too.
I'm dying to see how it plays out, and I want to see how this actor is as Ed Gein. Like, I didn't believe he could be him, but in seeing like the trailers, like he really does look like him. I think, you know,
like leading up to, you know, what was it, yesterday is when it aired, like leading up to everything, I kept seeing a little bit more and more of him and photos or clips, and I'm like, all right, they actually. It's not that he looks exactly like Ed Gein. It's just they managed to really make him look very similar to that, even with that kind of, you know, with his eye that's kind of like dipped down on the one side and everything, which is obviously prosthetic makeup to make him look that way. But I've been trying to really shield myself from seeing too much either, because I heard that Charlie Hunnam was playing Gein. I was like, I'm so used to him in Sons of Anarchy. Like, him and like Sons of Anarchy and like Pacific Rim is like what I know Charlie Hunnam for, and also Freaks and Geeks, the TV show from years and years ago.
I remember
he was on that, but like I don't know, just I find like initially I found it a little hard to swallow the thought that Charlie Hunnam can play a serial killer, but I'm just, you know, hopefully we'll be able to watch it tonight and make that determination whether or not it seems like he's doing his rightful role.
I think he's going to do a great job. I really do think that. From just the previews, even though it's only a snippet, but I feel like the few times that he speaks and the look with the eye and everything, it's uncanny. I think it's pretty convincing.
Yeah, I mean, like there was even a few clips I saw with him, you know, dancing in women's clothes and high heels, and it's like, fuck, man, like, oh man, fucking actors, right? You can't have no limits as an actor, right? A true actor can't turn down something. Can't say no to something, right? because, you know, actors are people, but in a way, actors are kind of tools. They're kind of puppets, you know, but
It's
that's all
true.
for, you know, entertainment. That's their job. It's not really who they are. But I love how, like, you know, another thing in this movie, no matter how many times Tony, the black pimp, comes up with a bad idea, everybody else still wants to hear him out for the next bad idea.
Well, they don't have any input. Yeah, so it's leadership.
Yeah. Listen to me, god damn it! You know, it's just constantly flipping out on these white people. So now they're in the projection room. They're trying to figure out, you know, like, oh, we got to get this movie off the screen. That's causing the demons to kill people and all this shit. But yeah, Russell says he's got the stream up on his YouTube telly app. But yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Russell. Always appreciate you hanging out with us too, man. Is my internet been all right, Jen?
Yes, absolutely.
It's been all right. All right, good. Thank God. I know at the beginning there I had some issues. Tony's answer to the projection scene here is, let's break everything. Fuck this shit. So now they're finally getting the movie off of the screen, which is, you know, proves it's just going to prove that that's not enough. Meanwhile, outside, people are driving fucking shitty 80s cars and listening to 80s music that makes you want to fucking gouge your eyes out. Oh, this is the Coke can scene, right? With Tony Danza and
This
his
is my
fucking
favorite
entourage
part.
here. Ugly ass Tony Danza, or I should say punk rock Tony Danza and his fucking Coke sniffing entourage. That's this scene.
I've done Coke many times, but never out of like a Coke can with a straw. So when I saw this, I was like, hee hee hee, because I was high off weed and I just thought it was hysterical. Honestly, I loved it.
I mean, like, I already get that this Tony Danza guy is like already the biggest douchebag. So, like, I bet when he came up with the idea, he probably thought it was so fucking cool. Like, we could put the Coke in a Coke can. Fucking we just drive around, do whatever we want. They're all zooted out of their minds. Perfect people to show up at this fucking theater, right?
They make me think of like the group in Nothing But Trouble that are partying and then you know they have to go on the ride and die, but
what is that? Like the Bone Crusher ride? And I forget what that fucking thing's
yes.
called. But that's another movie. You and I need to do a watch party for Nothing But Trouble.
That's
Demi Moore, Chevy Chase. That's a fun fucking movie.
It is.
I think Dan Aykroyd. I think Dan Aykroyd directed that. He plays the judge with the dick nose. He has like that actual dick nose. Like,
yes,
it's a fucking movie right there.
And
those two little fat pudgy creepers in the junkyard are like, I'll trade you a bowl of cereal for you fucking blah, blah, blah. Like whatever the fuck they're talking about.
He plays one of them too. He plays like a few parts in it.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd?
He's one of the fat dudes, yeah. One of the twins in the junkyard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just knew that he directed it and he was like the judge. Or whatever. Like I didn't know he played one of the fat fucking nasty fucking greaseball babies. Whatever the fuck they're called. The fat greaseball babies in the junkyard. But yeah, Anthony say my ass is tanked, man. He wants a beer. Fucking A, right, bro? Just fucking drink to that. Oh shit. Ugh. I think I just hit the wrong button by accident. Alright, thank God. I almost hit exit out of the stream by accident. I gotta slow that down. Just like that time when I fucking banned George from the stream by accident. But now the fucking old guy woke up as a demon, and here goes fucking Tony with his fucking switchblade. Takes out the threat right away. Yeah, this guy falls off the balcony, lands on a girl, and he's throwing up all over, which makes the scene even more gross.
It's disgusting.
It is absolutely wretched, but I love it. There's a random guy being hung by the balcony, and it's the guy that's been trying to get with that girl that's been guiding the blind guy, of course. And they're listening to some shitty music though for sitting there doing a bunch of coke in a coke can. I'd be like, get this the fuck off the radio. Take the wheel. I gotta snort my share. I love how he's like, oh, this shit'll wake up the dead. Fuck, man. My thing just switched over to the wrong fucking language. All right, I gotta fix that real fast because right now I think it's in Spanish. I don't know how that shit happened. All right. Oh, it was in Italian. Never mind. Fuck that up. All right, there we go. Well, I don't know. I think my remote fell down on the floor and it automatically went on Italian.
I'm nosy for 2 seconds. You are just Irish, right? Like we've been dating this long. You're just Okay.
Yeah, my father's like comes from a very Irish oriented family. It's kind of the same with my mom's side, so. Give me a leprechaun hat.
What?
Say, give me a leprechaun hat.
Oh. See, I would taint things up for you then, given that I'm mixed race.
Okay. So yeah, Anthony's saying that a new Toxie movie sucks balls. Like, yeah, I've been hearing, like, I don't know, I guess you could say like a fair. I don't know. I get probably like more conflicted. Like it seems like people like it, some people don't. I don't know what to make of it. I just need to see it already and make my own decision on that. Is my internet all right? Is it still going?
No, it's going well.
Nothing lagging? All right. Because it's like lagging on my end. All right. I just need to go use the bathroom. Give me 30 seconds. I will be right back. I promise.
I'll time you, but go ahead.
But please go ahead. Time me and hold it for me.
I tell him that all the time. I'm just teasing.
Some of that stuff.
But I'm happy that you guys are all here. I'm having so much fun doing this. I'm in a new environment. That's why I have this like weird background. But I hope you guys can hang out Monday too for Mausoleum. That's a really fun, effed up movie that I think anybody can enjoy, even if you like to be sober. But yeah, I'm nosy. I like to ask about people's nationalities. I'm sorry to say. I know that Sean is Irish. Not that anybody cares, but my ethnicities, my mother is Portuguese and Spanish and a little bit English. My father is Irish and Russian, so I'm all kinds of things. I'm not cool like Sean.
Okay.
I mean, well, I do have Irish, but you know.
I don't know. Fucking deport me. I don't give a shit.
Deport me.
What is that saying there? Acre saying a Make Popcorn and Demons combined sequel. Yo, yeah, that would be actually something you could make work. Jen hasn't seen the movie Popcorn yet, but I know what you're talking about. That's a movie that takes place in like an auditorium theater. So like that's why at first I was like, what? And I was like, oh wait, never mind. That could work. Might even be able to like squeeze in Mikel Suave's Stage Fright from 1987. That's another one. But yeah, Jen, that's a movie we're gonna have to watch at some point. Popcorn, 1991. I think
Yes.
you'll enjoy that one. It's a decent horror comedy that kind of does have like a serious tone to it at times.
I definitely want to see it. I've seen it on different movie lists and I've never watched it, so I'd like to. And it makes me want popcorn. Now I wish I had movie theater popcorn like you have. Every time Sean buys something at a market or whatever at a bakery and sends me a picture, I'm like, well, I feel like a fat fuck. I want the same things he has. He always has the best food.
Yeah, apparently where you live, there's like no like loading docks or anything. I think they just like they have boats like coming by and they throw the shit in the water and they expect you guys to go get it. Like I don't know, I can't figure it out.
Where I live is like Mayberry, which is, you know, a reference to Andy Griffith's show, like very country bumpkin type of small town. And yeah, you can't get anything. You just can't. Like your soda says soda. You know, shampoo just says shampoo. Like everything is so backwoods, which is tough for me because I grew up with city life.
All basic and backwoods. That sucks. But I forgot we're at. I guess when I was taking the, I was at the bathroom. They spilled the Coke because now they're scraping it off her tits. But like, I also like that this super punk rock girl has a baby picture of herself, and she shows it to the guys, and they're like, "Oh, the one guy's like, already selling you pot at 3 years old." Like, fuck yeah.
But this whole
What?
scene, I watched this and I would not be comfortable with it because I would think someone's gonna fucking cut my tit. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
like
here's the
there's nothing
difference, Jen.
sensual.
Like, here's the difference. A punk rock chick would be like, "Please cut my tit." Like a real, like a diehard real punk rock chick would be like, "Please cut my tit." So like that's why it makes sense.
Okay, I get that. If it were me though, absolutely not. I love Coke. I don't love someone possibly ripping my tit. That's all.
Like put it this way, a punk rock chick with the yeast infection will be like, "Please eat my cottage cheese." Like that's just
That's so gross. That particular
a diehard punk rock chick, yeah, like I would not put that past a diehard fucking punk rock chick, especially if she had like a mohawk, like like this, like
The cottage cheese, the infection part, that would do me in.
Yeah, that would be enough for me to be like, I'd rather starve to death.
I need a shot of penicillin in a puke bucket. If I were a guy, I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I'd shoot the penicillin in my eyeballs. I see Woo Riders here. Derek's here. Holy shit. We got Derek's here from Woo Riders. Hey, what's up there, Derek? Hey, Sean. Hope you and the family are doing great, man. Yeah, things are doing good. We're doing all right. The dog had some issues recently, but she's recovering well. Thanks for stopping by, Derek. Hopefully you're still down there in the chat. Sorry that took so long for me to get to your comment. Oh, this is a creepy scene here. Like, once they ripped all the fucking rows out of like the chairs and they used that to barricade all the exits, like there's like some of the fucking demons are like crawling through all that shit right now. Like the blind guy who's been turned into a fucking demon, he's crawling through the chairs and shit right now. But yeah, hon, anytime you gotta roll out of here, just say the word and do it. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So, my timestamp, I'm coming up on 52 minutes soon. Yeah, I'm at 52 minutes.
I'm at 52:10. So yeah, same point.
All right, cool.
Are we gonna watch Ed Gaines tonight?
Like, yeah. I'm. Trust me. I'm putting my fucking skin on. I'm tucking my shit in. I'm ready to do my fucking goodbye horses dance.
Oh Christ!
I'd fuck me. Pressure. That'd fuck me. That'd fuck me so hard. But yo, you know what? Anyone who's, like as we're like briefly talking about Ed Gein here, if you want to see a good movie based on him, honestly, Rob Blossoms from fucking Home Alone as the fucking creepy old guy with the rock salt trash can. He plays Ed Gein in the 1974 movie Deranged. Give that movie a watch. That movie will definitely. I can't tell you how it'll make you feel. All I know is the first time I saw it, that shit lingered with me for a couple of days. Like, really did. I was like, what the fuck? This is a true, like, this is really based on someone? Like, and like, another thing is, like, I don't even feel like there's a whole lot of extensive info out there for Ed Gein. Because, like, when he was, like, caught and captured, like, what was that? Like, the 40s transition into the 50s? And then he died naturally in jail in like the early 80s, I think is when he died. So, once he was caught and apprehended, a lot of people were actually scared to even talk to the fucking guy. Everyone was like petrified of him. So you don't really have many interviews with him. You don't really know what to make of the guy, except for the fact that he's been domineered by his mother, so sheltered from the world. Then his mother dies one day and he decides to go dig her up and bring her the fuck home. Realizes that's not good enough when she's falling apart. So let's go dig up more people for fucking spare parts and put her back together.
That's such a creepy concept, though.
Exactly. It really is. And that's not something that happens overnight. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
That's some serious fucking trauma in years right there dug into someone's head, man.
This
is where these fucking coke sniffing fucking retards get caught by these half-ass cops here. Oh, give us your ID. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's the shit. But this is how these fucking punkers, these punk rockers get inside this theater. They go through the back alleyway here. The door just pops open. Think of something, Tony. You call me Tony Danza one more time. All right, let's see who else is. We got a few people left in the chat, but yeah, anyone who stuck around with us this whole time for the stream, thank you very much, though.
Thank you, guys.
Without the chat, there's you guys in the chat make this possible. Really, that's one thing I gotta say.
Absolutely. I always have a fun time, though. It is a lot of fun. Spending time with you and with people in the chat. I love it.
So the police find the blind guy out in the alley. He managed to sneak out of the theater. He obviously scratched one dude, blew his fucking hand off. That fucking guy with no eyesight, man, he got it the worst. Of all of them, I think he really got it the worst. So now this is where, everyone who is like really trapped in the theater at this point, there's just they've already exhausted all their options to get the fuck out of here. Now they're going through the heat vents. But yeah, other than that though, the rest of the schedule for the month. I believe the next stream is on this channel, might be Reanimator.
I think you're right with Reanimator.
Yeah, because I know we're going to do Mausoleum on Monday on your channel, and then we're going to do Silver Bullet next Saturday. That's going to be, next Saturday the 11th will be the 40th anniversary for Stephen King's Silver Bullet.
I'm so thankful that you let me do that on my channel just because you knew how much it means to me as it does to you and many people. That's a favorite that I grew up with. So I'm very grateful for that.
It really worked out well because like I already had like a little bit too much scheduled on my channel anyway. So in a way that kind of like it just I don't know. Like having like 6, 7 streams scheduled on your channel can really be a lot in a way. You know, obviously you're doing something like once a week, but it allowed me to, give myself a bit of a break on my channel. So to me it worked out perfectly to have, just to give you that one and do it that way next Saturday on your channel.
I appreciate it.
That's no problem, hon. And now you can see that one of these demons is inside the fucking vents, But another one I'm really looking forward to too is Superstition, 1982 witchcraft movie. That's gonna be a
I
good
haven't
one.
seen that. I really am looking forward to that movie because people
Yeah,
would always, as you know, without saying names, but females on YouTube would be like, well, I'm a resident witch. There's The Craft, Hocus Pocus. All that's like silly and cheesy, though. I want like real witch films.
Johnny is here. All right. Hopefully Johnny's still here. And I just recognized his
I hope
comment. But
so.
what's up there, Johnny? Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. We're a little bit we're definitely past the halfway mark at this point. But yeah, Johnny's saying, hey Sean, Jen, and Chad, great choice and soundtrack. It sums it
Yeah.
up well, it really does. But thanks for finding time here to say hello, Johnny, if you're still here.
I love Johnny. I hope we can do something all together. Like, I don't care if you guys do something, just you guys or whatever, but I hope we can all, the three of us, do something at some point. That would be really cool.
We're definitely going to get that worked out because I know last weekend he had time to do something and it just was hard for you and I to do that. So we'll just stay in touch with each other.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out.
Absolutely.
So whether it happens this month or next month, hey, we'll get it figured out. We'll find out the best time for everyone to get together for that.
I would like that.
This is when the punk rock girl is so coked out of her mind. It's like, oh, I forgot we're running around from demons. Let me put my makeup on now real quick.
See, I do the same thing, coked out. I can't really fault her. She just looks like a pit bull doing it. But yeah, same way.
I love how she understood at one point how drastic and serious the situation was. But no, just some red lipstick can distract you. And now she's getting choked out by a demon.
I think it's a coping mechanism. Between a flask and some lipstick, I'd be the same way.
Fucking coping mechanism. Here goes the iconic that demon scene here. They all got the yellow glowing eyes. Tony and his fucking hooker-esque minions.
I'm still watching. Just hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, hon. That's fine.
Just fine. 1 second.
Acres of Movies is saying, wow. What is the best sequence in the 3 Wes Craven movies here? Shocker, People Under the Stairs, or Serpent and Rainbow? That's another great question. I think, I don't know if it's a male or a female. I cannot remember with Acres of Movies right now. I need to spend more time on your channel. But yeah, you come up with a lot of great questions. You really do. For me with that one, I'm not a big fan of Shocker. I do like the other 2, but I'm going to go with People Under the Stairs because, I got to go with People Under the Stairs. I mean, that's a very unique Wes Craven movie, too. Also, like, really manages to, like, like with the whole, you have, like, greedy landlords against, like, an oppressed community and everything. Like, I just feel like that movie is just such a, I don't know, it just works very, very well as a realistic kind of story in that and everything. That's why I've always appreciated People Under the Stairs. Even though, like, saying at the same time, like, I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I personally think People Under the Stairs is one of the best Wes Craven movies. Shocker, I'm not too crazy about. It does have its moments. I'm just not crazy about the body jumping and all that and everything. But Serpent and the Rainbow is a good voodoo movie. I hate when people call it a zombie movie because it's a good fucking voodoo curse movie though. But yeah, getting back to the movie at hand here with demons. The demons are having their way now. They're really fucking dipping on any fucking survivors at this point. You even got the one girl biting the demon's fucking fingers off here. Jesus Christ. There goes Rosemary and her fucking Rick James haircut. Shit, man. This movie will never get too old for me. I gotta say, Demons, man. Lamberto Bava's Demons, man. This movie's fucking classic. Classic action, horror, exploitation, over the top fucking graphic
It's so
gore.
wild.
It
And then you have
delivers
a great
so
soundtrack
fucking
to
much. Yes, right. Yeah. Soundtrack is utilized nicely throughout this. We haven't even seen the dirt bike yet and the samurai sword, have we? I think we're getting towards that. So, yeah, I'm coming up on 1 hour and 4 minutes. I just passed. So, we're on the final half hour at least.
I really want to watch. Oh my God. I'll think of it. I have like a 2-second memory. Hold on.
That's all
There's
right.
something. There's something I want to watch though.
Take your time.
Suspiria.
Yeah, I recommended that one like a couple weeks to you. Because
Yes.
I know you still haven't seen Inferno. So like that would
No.
be a good opportunity. Like I mean, like, all right, maybe like, like doing a stream for just Suspiria, yeah, but like I think that should be something that influences you to see Inferno, which is a
Yes.
very underrated movie. So I know the third movie in that Mother of Tears kind of trilogy there. What is it? Is that what it's called? Mother of Tears, I think. Three Mothers. It's the Three Mothers trilogy is what it is. The movie's called Mother of Tears. Argento took a long time to get around to making that. I still enjoy it for what it is. Could have been a better movie, though. But regardless, I think, with you being a fan of Suspiria, you have to see those other movies.
I want to, definitely. Also, for me, as far as like what I think is a good movie, but also has a good soundtrack, much like this, I love opera. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one that's very stylish from Argento, too. But yeah, I really do like even like a lot of like lesser known things from Argento I really enjoy. Like Sleepless from 2001. That's another one that doesn't get talked about a lot. Stendhal Syndrome. That's another good one. Doesn't get talked about. There's even a movie with Brad Dourif called Trauma in 1993 that Argento did. Not the best Argento, but it really does have its moments.
I want to see more.
But,
I love Deep Red. Deep Red I thought was phenomenal and has you guessing who the killer is, a whodunit type of suspense film.
Yeah, we watched that a while ago. I think we watched that in like
Yes.
Phenomena. Phenomena is a big Argento movie for me.
I
So.
love Phenomena. I mean, I don't know how some people do like, what is it, 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 streams for it, but I would love to do a stream for Phenomena, a #1 stream.
Yeah, you'd have to be a fucking crater face fucking burnt French fry to do that. We'll leave it at that, but but I like what
I could go further.
Here, no, yeah, I think both of us can go further, huh?
Well, it's my mouth that gets me into trouble. I allude to this person harasses me over it. So I'm so used to it. It's like, you don't take me seriously. It's like, well, no, but does anybody? Come on. Is it just me? Nobody does.
All I know is fucking weightlifting gloves don't help. So
I don't know. I think that's an attractive feature in a man. You might want to get them.
This is a good transformation here. This is going to be a demon coming out of this girl's back. Shit. Well, giving birth the natural way. Come out my back, baby. This dude got scratched. So now he's going to turn into a demon. Now he's going to bug out and be a little bitch about it. Accept your fate, everybody else. You know? I think that's like the one goal is like an exploitation actor, right? If you are to die, and you're the one cinematic scene for you, accept your fate. But yeah, I like what Anthony's saying here, Anthony Mendiol. If Demons was released today, they should have called it fentanyl.
He's right.
Fuck. Oh shit. All right, sorry about that. Again, I hit the wrong button. No, I am. Yeah, maybe I'm not sober anymore. I don't know. But yeah, Anthony. Yeah, just send me an email when it's convenient for you, and we'll get things all worked out and all that. But Baker's saying favorite movie robot. Oh, I might have to go with Lance Hendrickson as Bishop.
Good choice.
It's also like one of the first ones for me too. Like growing up with movies and in the 80s and everything too. That's one that really stands out for me is Lance Hendrickson alone as an actor is like such a big actor for me as it is. One of the most distinct voices too. He really has one of those voices where like when you hear his voice on screen, at least for me, like I don't even have to look at the TV. I know who's on the screen.
Me
But
too.
him as Bishop, like I feel like Bishop is like the perfect character you want. Especially being someone like Ripley who's trying to, save this little girl and survive this queen alien. I think Bishop is the one you want at your side. And even though there's been bad history with like all the synthetic androids and everything from Wayland Yutani, I still feel like Bishop is a very trustworthy robot, android, whatever you want to call him as. But I got to go with that. What would you go with, Jen?
For a robot, Jesus. It sucks because I would probably pick the same, honestly, because I do like the Alien franchise, and I do think that Bishop would be a good choice. I don't know what I would pick second to that. I don't know a lot of like robotic type of films, to be honest with you. That's where that's tricky for me.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Or I'd have to think about it, and then maybe I'd be like, oh, here's a choice, but I'd have to think on that.
Yeah, some things with some people you can go off the top of your head. Sometimes you do have to like really take a minute to think about that. It's not every question's easy to just be right there on the spot with an answer.
It's tough for me because like the modern day stuff, like Megan, it's like the third Olsen twin. Like I don't consider that, something that's an effective robotic film. I do think things that have to do with anything being like a robot or some kind of cyborg would be things like the Terminator movies, So that's why I say like I have to really think about that one.
I hear you. Makes perfect sense. I think you explained that and summed that up well. Yeah, Greg Brewer is saying Scream revived the slasher films in the 1990s, but I always thought it was overhyped. I agree.
Yeah.
You are right, though,
100%.
too. Like, it did revive the slasher film. What was left of the slasher film, it really did revive it. But we're finally at the scene now with the dirt bike going through the theater, and this guy with the samurai sword just decapitating the shit out of anybody who's in his fucking way. Great heavy metal music, too, though. That girl, man, the cokehead girl with the fucking shit all over her tits. Now she's a fucking demon. The way she's like creeping around, she's like, oh, I wish a helicopter would crash through the ceiling to help me. So yeah, Akers is also saying make Jaws in 1776 have Ben Franklin stop the shark with electricity like in Jaws too. Yeah. At least that samurai sword in the fucking lobby there got put to good use. Along with the dirt bike, yeah. You know, there was like some pretty cool movie posters, which is like there's one movie poster in the lobby that you and I watched last night, and it was the 1979 movie Nosferatu the Vampire.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, Anthony's saying, Sony, I saw 2 and 3 of them. Not a giant fan. Yeah, The Burning. That's a fucking banger of a slasher right there, man. That to me is top tier camp
I like
slasher
that
right
one.
there. Burning, so fucking good. In some ways, with all due respect, I kind of prefer the Burning over the original Friday the 13th. But I don't think it's better than Friday the 13th Part 2. So now the helicopter's making its way through the fucking ceiling of the fucking movie theater here. Probably costing like $300, and all the money was probably just to move it, move it from one area to the fucking shooting location. Bet you that fucking helicopter doesn't even have a proper engine in it. Akers is also saying, Will Smith calls you. He wants to do a horror franchise. What 2 horror franchises do you recommend to keep and pursue? I guess he's saying, oh, horror franchises. Do a horror franchise. But Will Smith, oh man, honestly, I'm not the biggest Will Smith fan, but all right, we can make this work.
You love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What are you talking about? You brag to me about that all the time.
Oh, shit. You know what? I'm going to say Gremlins. I'm going to say, give me Gremlins. And Leprechaun. Because I want to see Will Smith do something with Leprechaun in the Hood. There you go. Even though, like, there's Leprechaun in the Hood and Back to the Hood, I want to see Will Smith make a 3rd Leprechaun in the Hood fucking sequel. So, yeah, Leprechaun and Gremlin. There's the responses. Good question, though. It's a fun one. Jen, you got responses for that or no? If not, totally understandable.
Say the question again. Will Smith in what context?
Here it is right here. You can read it at the screen.
Okay.
Will Smith calls you. He wants to do a horror franchise. What 2 horror franchises do you recommend to keep pursuing? I think that's the actual question there.
Yeah, you've got good picks for that. I got to think for a second.
What about Will Smith and Ghoulies? What about Ghoulie or Puppet Master?
I think that could work. Yes.
Oh, shit. Fucking Will Smith. Fucking, that's another thing with Will Smith lately. Like, apparently, like, he was doing, like, this huge music tour to try to, like, revive his career. And, like, the videos you're seeing, you could tell that the crowds were AI, and now he's getting all this backlash because he's using AI crowds. And, like, You know what really sad to like the signs? It was saying like people say like you saved my life, Will Smith. Like what? Why?
Oh,
Why would?
oh,
Why the hell did anyone ever
please.
save someone's life? Will Smith, you're saving lives with your played out stupid music. Like what?
No.
Ah, fucking Will Smith, man. So
See,
yeah. Anyway, back to. Oh no, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
no, I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
the only thing I could see with Will Smith would be like a further Puppet Master film. And I get that from you from watching Tales from the Hood, and
All right.
and it looks like Will Smith. So it makes me think like if we just put him in a Puppet Master film, you know, we definitely can find a spot for him.
Whoa.
Where he's
I
like dribbling
forgot.
basketball, you
I'll be
know.
honest, hon, like we can get rid of Puppet Master. Just go with Tales from the Hood. We get Will Smith to remake Tales from the Hood movie.
Yeah. I just have to think of something nasty he can regurgitate, kind of like, you know, Leech Woman with the leeches. If I think of something disgusting, there's plenty Will
Keep
Smith
my
can do that's
slave
disgusting.
outfit out your fucking mouth.
Oh God. See, I could comment
Keep
on
my
that
tails
incident
from
all
the
day.
hood. Keep my tails from the hood out your motherfucking mouth.
He's a total jackass for that moment, just have to say. He really is. He's a bitch.
Ah, this is where we get the guy with the half silver mask comes back into play. Now, you know, it looks like they got out of the theater, but no, you can't fucking forget about Chrome Face Killer. Anthony's saying the demons too. Fuck Eggy.
Oh, well, I don't know what my problem is. I want to see Demons too, but I'm interested in this Ed Gein thing. I have to know how it goes.
I really am too. I mean, there's no wrong choice for me. That's for sure.
I have to know this creepy correlation between mothers and sons. Okay, I don't get it. Because my mom, if she could suck my brother's cock, like she was just like, "Oh, baby, whatever you need." Like I don't mean it like that, but like she would do anything for my brother. And if I went to jail, fuck me. So I've never understood like a mother and son sicko, I love him relationship. So I want to see this. I want to understand.
I love you, mommy. I'll dig you up and I'll dig you up in the middle of the night. I bring you home, mommy.
I want a daughter so she can be like, "Mom, you're a cunt," and she goes away. I don't want the whole "Mom, I love you," like suck my balls and my nuts, and no, I'm good. Just saying.
You know what? You're a cunt. With a cutthroat, you're a cunt.
Oh, well, if I had a son like an Ed Gein, yeah, he would slice my throat in a second, of course. I'm a tough bitch. I would be a tough mother. So, yeah.
All right, we're coming up on the end of the movie here soon. So there's 8 minutes left with credits. Jen, you made it through. But if you feel like you gotta jump off, it's all good.
No. I'm fine. I'm very happy to be here for this. So this is my first time in my new environment. My new environment is so scary. I need a background, just so you all know.
I love the background though. I really do. When I got on here with you tonight, I was like, that's so fucking cool. I was so surprised by it.
We should do one for Mausoleum. Just saying.
Yeah, just send me the actual background and we'll try to get the same background going there. I think that'll be fun.
I think on your end, the background should be the creature trying to get you. You know, but you resist it. We'll see. We'll see what I can find.
Whatever works for me. I'll have Lily here to protect me. So
that's right.
She's out like a light right now. Oh. She's actually snoring right now.
So cute. I love her.
But all right, we got 7 people left in the chat. But all right, here's a good question from Greg though: Madman versus The Burning. I like both movies a lot. I'm probably gonna go with The Burning though, but Madman Mars, he's something to fucking be reckoned with, right? You've seen that one? Remember we watched that not too long ago,
Yes,
Madman?
we did.
I think we watched that towards the end of the summer.
I do think the burning, the killer was more creepy though. I do think that.
Yeah, with that bubblegum chewed face. It looks like his face is all like burnt
Yeah,
melted. It looks like he's been like chewed up like bubblegum or something. But yeah,
that's
it's a good question there, Greg. Thanks, man. Yeah, Greg's even agreed. Like, it's still the Burning for me. Yeah. Burning's a big slasher for me, though, overall. Wins out on in a lot of categories when it comes to 80s slashers. Now, this is where Bob from House by the Cemetery comes in the movie. He's inside the Jeep, and he's like an 8-year-old kid holding a fucking big ass gun that's too big for him. Kind of feel bad for the guy here. All this shit he went through to save this girl, and it looks like he's like, he's like, he has feelings for her and everything. Like the feelings are, the fireworks are going off between the both of them. Yeah, run that demon over. Good shot. Good shot. Now give Bob a hoagie. He's like chewing on a hoagie or something.
he's I don't know.
It's like out of nowhere. He just like grabs a hoagie out of nowhere and starts chewing on it. Hey, we got a bag of guns. Yeah, out of nowhere. He's got a sandwich in his hand. Like, where did you just pull that out of the bag of guns? Now, I got to admit, though, the very end of this movie, first time I saw it, I did not expect to see what was going to happen here. Like, I thought it was like, all right, guess the credits are going to roll. And I was like, oh, shit, never mind. Somebody's not themselves. Because that's another thing. The credits roll before the actual act happens. Bobby Rhodes, the pimp. Sure, Bobby Rhodes would have got along with Samuel L. Jackson.
Absolutely. He was one of the best characters, though. He showed leadership.
Yeah, he did. But I like how people didn't question his leadership. They obeyed.
Yeah, that's how you know. Well, you've been boss. I listen sometimes.
Oh, dude's girlfriend turned into a demon, and Bob was like, no, fuck that. I ain't gonna have that shit. Blew her right out of the fucking truck, shot her with that shotgun. Oh, first time I saw it, I was like, damn, him and his girl went through so much shit to survive and get out of that theater. But nope, it's just him and Bob now. All right, so that is Demons, everyone. Demons at 40 years old today. God, this movie is seriously a time capsule.
This
is truly a movie I will never get tired of watching. Lamberto Bava's Demons, and even its sequel too. It came out, the very next year. I think it was smart for them to try to cash in with a sequel with this movie, but yeah, just such an enjoyable Italian exploitation horror film, and one that definitely doesn't shy away from graphicness. So, I mean, another thing is like, like when somebody gets turned into a demon, I like the fact that like whatever oozes out of them, it might be a different color. It might be yellow, it might be blue, it might be green, pink, purple. It doesn't matter. But yeah, just a great fucking 80s flick here, and had a good time watching this here with you, Jen.
I had a great time. Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
But yeah, other than that, we have 6 people left in the chat. And all right, so yeah, the next time you guys will see the both of us streaming here on YouTube, it's going to be on Monday. We're going to be on Jen's channel. We're going to be watching the 1983 bizarre fucking wild ass horror movie, Mausoleum.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
I've never done a watch party for that one either, so that'll be a first time for me to enjoy that. And
I
And
can't
that
wait.
movie's a fucking good time. That's that's another thing with Mausoleum. That's a movie I truly grew up with. Actually, like even like I know like when I first like the first time I saw it too, I also didn't even know the name of the movie. And like one cool like kind of trivial thing I guess you could say about it is like the same cemetery is actually used in the original Elm Street. But
I
you need to
mean,
have that eye to really pay attention to all that stuff. But I always found that to be a pretty cool link between those two movies. But yeah, anything you want to share here, Jen, before we go ahead and call it a night?
no, not really. Mausoleum is the next big thing. So that will be Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The two of us. I can't wait for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun tonight. This is a really fun movie. And I really enjoyed interacting with the chat and with you. It was fun. Good time.
Yeah, it's Demons is just it really is such a fun fucking movie, it really is. But yeah, I'm just glad that we were able to acknowledge this tonight for the 40th anniversary. I just want to quickly try to go through the rest of the schedule here. All right, so yeah, as of right now, next thing on my channel will be on October 18th. I believe that's a Saturday. We'll be watching and celebrating the 40th anniversary for Stuart Gordon's Reanimator. So this is also going to be a 2-weekend thing. The very next night, we had the 35th anniversary for Tom Savini's remake of Night of the Living Dead from 1990. So yeah, that'll be a doubleheader on that weekend. And by the end of the month, we do have a 2-nighter thing going on where we're going to be watching Creep Show on my channel on October 25th at 9 p.m. The very next night on Jen's channel, the 26th, we're going to be watching Creep Show 2.
Very
So
excited.
that's pretty much everything we have planned. Besides the fact that each week we're going to be going live and discussing what we're watching and reviewing the things that we're
Yes.
watching throughout the 31 days of horror. We're going to be mostly doing that on Jen's channel. So I think the first stream for that will be actually this Wednesday, the 8th. So we'll keep you all updated throughout the community posts and everything. And yeah, but yeah, anything else you want to share, Jen, before we go ahead and call it a night here?
No, not at all. Just thank you guys for hanging out with us. I love catching up with all of you. You guys are so supportive and kind, and I have a lot of fun. So thank you.
Yeah, other than that, I think I tried my best to acknowledge everybody in the chat. I hope I didn't miss anyone or at least say hello, but for the most part, it looked like it was a pretty solid chat and I was able to acknowledge everyone. But yeah, thank you all very much for hanging out with us here tonight to celebrate the 40th anniversary for Demons. Take care. We'll see you all in the next one on Monday for Mausoleum. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a happy Halloween, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.